Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at ascendant in signs, okay? And we're going to see the core characteristic of the ascendant based on the sign that it is placed in. So we're going to begin with Aries ascendant, and the first thing about Aries ascendant is that there are people who possess excellent leadership skills, okay, and they're very determined and enterprising, but the sign itself is ruled by Mars. And what is Mars? Mars is the commander-in-chief in the planetary cabinet, so it brings along with it the aggressive nature of Mars itself, so they can come out as being impulsive and somewhat quick to anger. But the other side of Aries is that they are mostly extroverted. They love being outdoors, and also routine is something that really bores them, and they constantly seek different things to do in life. So these are the people who truly believe in the proverb that variety is the spice of life. Okay, and Aries ascendants can have diseases in the abdominal region or the hip region because the sign Virgo is the sixth sign from Aries. And remember, Virgo rules the hip region of the Kalapurusha. So if you haven't seen my video on Kalapurusha, I recommend that you see that video first, because that's going to clue you in on how we arrive at this particular fact. Okay, and the seventh sign is Libra, which represents the spouse or partners for the Aries ascendant. Okay, and these people seek partners who are themselves well balanced in their life and in their dealings, but the excesses that the sign itself brings to people governed by people that Aries ascendants attract tend to go through periods of excesses and periods of moderation. Okay, the second sign that we're going to look at is Taurus ascendants. Most often than not, you'd find a Taurus person to be quick to anger, surprisingly, even though the sign itself is governed by Venus. But the Taurus ascendants are conceited and someone who enjoys their home life or the life indoors than the outdoor life. They fancy the rustic way of life, so to speak, and enjoy all things that have to do with the ancient style of living. They love comfort, they love luxuries, they love money, wealth, investing, multiplying them, and they're also given to excesses in life. They love dining in exotic places, they love expensive restaurants, they love tasting good food, and also are prone to having some vices in life, like excessive drinking or getting into the habit of smoking or any kind of overindulgence. Okay, and they also face some diseases pertaining to their groin region or their reproductive organs, because Libra rules the sixth sign of the Kalapurusha's chart. The seventh house of spouse or partners for Taurus ascendants is ruled by the Scorpio sign. Okay, and the Scorpio sign is about being secretive or mysterious. So Taurus ascendants will more or less be attracted to mysterious people, or at least be fascinated when they come across someone who's mysterious in nature. Whether they would like the company of a mysterious spouse or not after marriage is another story. Okay, and the next sign we're going to look at is Gemini. And Gemini ascendants are thought of as extremely good at communication. They are also one of the cleverest signs in the zodiac, but can have a tough time making decisions because of their dual personality. Okay, and these decisions are especially true, or rather, the indecisions are especially true concerning their self and body. Their intelligence, be it emotional or critical thinking, is somewhat inherited from their mother, because Virgo rules the fourth house for Gemini ascendants, right? And their mothers can come out as being more calculative and a lot more aware of the different outcomes of responding to different situations. So they tend to find their mother to be a lot more cleverer, to be a lot more diplomatic, a lot more intelligent and independent. Okay, unless the fourth house Virgo is afflicted by some kind of a malefic planet. Okay, and also the thing about Gemini ascendants is that they're very quick to change. Okay, they're very quick to adapt to the change. Not really quick to change, they're very quick in adapting to changes in life, as Gemini itself is a mutable sign. Okay, and as far as diseases are concerned, these people could suffer from diseases of the rectum or their anus, or skin eruption on their private parts, or cystitis, and diseases of the urinary tract. And that's because the sixth sign, or the sixth house for the Gemini ascendant, is ruled by Scorpio. Okay, next sign is the Cancer ascendant, and the Cancer ascendant is known as one of the most emotional beings, and also one of the purest signs in the zodiac, because it rules the fourth house of mother in the natural zodiac order, and they're considered to be protective and nurturing because of the nature of mother being such, okay, and they're very gentle by nature, loved by their subordinates. And also the negative side of Cancer ascendants is that they're given to mood swings, okay, because the sign itself is ruled by moon, and moon's waxing and waning can be likened to the mood swings of the Cancer ascendant. Okay, and they're very sensitive by nature, and they do not like confrontation at all. And just like the crab, which symbolizes the Cancer sign, they tend to move sideways when they're confronted with some or the other issue. Okay, and they're also very fond of water. Okay, and as Sagittarius is the sixth sign from their ascendant, they could face diseases and conflicts represented by the Sagittarius sign in the Kalapurusha's horoscope. Okay, so in the Kalapurusha's horoscope, we've seen that Sagittarius sign rules the thigh area. So these people could experience some kind of pain, gout in their thigh area. They could also experience sciatica or some kind of nerve related issue to their thighs. So that's something that they need to watch out for. And Capricorn rules the seventh house. Okay, and they tend to seek partners who could be seen as rebels, someone who could fight against all odds, someone who would give priority to their spouse in marriage over everything else. They also try to seek partners who could have a karmic effect on them to help them connect with that sense of duty to keep the marriage life. Okay, and the next sign we're going to look at is Leo. Leo ascendants can be looked as someone who's having a very powerful demeanor and authoritative appearance. They can come out as being arrogant, bold, majestic, almost in a royal way in the way they dress or appear. They can be people who are interested not just in general fitness, but that which help them look muscular. Okay, so they could have very broad shoulders, they may appear tall and large, almost intimidating. Okay, and they could face diseases related to their knees, because Capricorn rules their sixth house, and Capricorn in the Kalapurusha's horoscope represent the knees. However, the good side is that they could make a quick recovery or a quick comeback from the problem, as they possess a very robust and strong constitution. Okay, Aquarius becomes the seventh house, or the seventh sign, so they could be drawn to people who are disciplined by nature, who are outspoken and adventurous, someone who would give the Leo ascendants their space and wish them well in whatever endeavor they wish to pursue. They also want their partners to respect them for what they are. That could be seen as somewhat egotistical, but that's how the Leo ascendants are wired. Okay, and the next sign we're going to look at is Virgo ascendants. Okay, and Virgo ascendants are people who are very good in analysis, so they possess excellent analytical skills because the sign itself is ruled by Mercury, okay, which signifies the intellect. They're also very analytical with what's happening with their body and the kind of food that they must eat in order to keep themselves healthy. So they are very good at having a regulated lifestyle to keep them healthy and fit. You can come across most Virgo ascendants to have a slim body and almost a flat stomach, unless they have Jupiter in the same sign or in the opposite with some other planet aspecting the ascendant, which could have a contrary effect. Okay, so these are people who could have extremely beautiful eyes. However, they could suffer from diseases represented by Aquarius, which represents the calves or ankles in the Kalapurusha's horoscope. Okay, so that could almost always extend up to the feet area, and they experience some kind of rheumatism or gout related to their legs, and they're people who are drawn to partners who can give their everything to them, as the seventh house is in the Pisces sign, and the Pisces sign itself is a very loving and caring and affectionate sign. Okay, so people are who are loyal or dependable, who are shy and emotional, can all fit in to the definition of a partner for the Virgo ascendant. Okay, so they would want their spouse to take a defensive and protective stance during any kind of squabble in the presence of their in-laws. And the next sign we're going to look at is Libra ascendant. And Libra ascendants are people who are ruled by Venus, apart from the fact that the sign is given to excesses in life, such as eating and drinking. There are people who'd want to strike a balance in life, and especially with regards to their physical fitness. So there are people who love to be fit but don't always take the initiative to bring that fitness regime in their day-to-day life. So it becomes almost like a goal in their life to seek a balance between excess and moderation. The only difficulty they have is that they don't want to exert themselves to get whatever it is that they are trying to get. Okay, and Libra ascendants are also interested in dressing well, almost to the point of dressing for an occasion, and they love fashion. Okay, and generally like to put on a good appearance, and also their acceptance within the society is of prime concern to them. So there are people who would try to impress or please other people in order to gain that good impression about themselves. They're extremely image conscious. They're also people who do not have their own view about matters and try to look for the views of others that actually make sense to them. Okay, and Libra ascendants are drawn to people who are bold in nature because the seventh house is in the Aries sign, and we have already seen what Aries represents, right? So Aries represents boldness in nature, who are independent, who are daring, who can meet challenges and with confidence, right? So that's mostly because the Libra ascendants feel that these are the qualities, these are the characteristics that can complement them, so they don't have to exert themselves in all these areas of life. Okay, and the sixth house pertains to the Pisces sign, and the Pisces sign represents the diseases of the feet, and Libra ascendants can experience gout, arthritis, Morton's neuroma, or plantar fasciitis, and that could, once manifested, take a long time to cure or go away from their life. Okay, and the next sign we're going to look at is Scorpio. And the thing about Scorpio ascendants is that they could be people who are themselves extremely secretive by nature. Sometimes they could be people who could get upset at the silliest things and can brutally sting people for that reason. Okay, so they have excellent leadership qualities. As the sign itself is ruled by Mars, they can be as tough as nails. So if you get a boss who's a Scorpio ascendant, you can be assured that he's going to be very tough on you. They can come out as extremely ruthless because they can be very unforgiving. They are also people who are reserved and also extremely determined to get what they want. They can be irritable, they can be inflexible with decisions. So very difficult work with the Scorpio ascendant unless your sign is compatible with them. Okay, and these are the people who also enjoy recreational drugs and intoxicating drinks. They can become very quickly addicted to such stimulants and may also fall in the wrong direction and suffer by taking a toll on their nervous system or the head region, because the sixth house is in the sign of Aries, and the Aries sign represents the head, okay, in the Kalapurusha's horoscope. So, and they're also drawn to people who are themselves given to excesses and are okay with spouses who wouldn't restrict them too much and are okay with their nature of being secretive or reserved. Okay, and the next sign we're going to look at is Sagittarius. And the thing about Sagittarius ascendants is that they're very graceful people. They love fun and entertainment. They're honest. They're truthful. They're very fair in their dealings. They're also people who can mask their feeling very well. So they try and keep those worries to themselves and put on a different face to the public gaze. Okay, and if they are not careful with their diet, chances of putting in a lot of weight is very high for a Sagittarius ascendant. They also most of the time lack self-discipline. As the sixth house is in their Taurus sign, okay, they could face illness represented by Taurus, which is their face and neck area or the back of the neck connecting the spine. So that's something that they need to work on. They may also have to face some challenges or difficulty within their family on a routine basis, taking care of some family member or handling some dispute within the family circle are quite possible for the Sagittarius ascendant. Okay, and the Sagittarius ascendants are drawn to people who are handsome and fair complexion, like that of a prince, and that's because the seventh house is in the sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. They're drawn to handsome men. They're drawn to people who are fun-loving, who are independent, good at communication, and also someone who is intelligent by nature. Okay, so the next sign is Capricorn ascendant, and the Capricorn ascendants are usually considered to be somewhat rebellious by nature. They can be thin, slim, and dark complexion. They don't talk much unless they have something important to say. They are definitely ambitious people, and quite often than not, extremely sober. The Capricorn ascendants can have a tough time with their mothers because their mothers are seen to be aggressive and impatient and kind of keep prodding their children to have control over their self and tell them to engage in some form of physical activity like sports or jogging to keep themselves fit, and these people want to take it slow. As the sixth house is the sign of Gemini, they could generally face some kind of resistance in communicating with other people, and may also get into trouble for speaking the way they did, or even stir a controversy of sorts for speaking the way they did. They could face issues related to their arms, shoulders, throat area, as Gemini represents all of these in the Kalapurusha chart. And when it comes to partnerships, they seek partners who are emotional by nature. Okay, and partners who can be affectionate, who can be supportive and respect them, and are themselves loyal and serious about the whole relationship. So they try to seek partners who can emotionally connect with them and bring about a feeling of trust through emotional and physical intimacy, which could create a lasting relationship. Okay, and the next sign is Aquarius Ascendant. Okay, the Aquarius sign is also ruled by Saturn, right? But the thing about Aquarius Ascendant is that they're mostly liked by people of the opposite sex. They're very sober and practical in nature. They can be tall, round-faced, and fair in complexion. They can be well-built. They love water sports, and also they show a keen interest in visiting new destinations, unknown places, or places of tourism. They may also live away from their birthplace. And the sixth house for the Aquarius ascendants is in the sign of Cancer. So they may face diseases connected to the Cancer sign, which is their chest or fluids in their body. Some of them may face diseases due to less intake of water, whereas some Aquarius ascendants may face diseases due to more intake of water. Striking moderation in the amount of water that one drinks can ensure minimal complications in terms of diseases. They may also suffer from common cold, sinusitis, asthma, congestion in the chest, pneumonia. All of these are possible for the Aquarius ascendants. And the seventh sign is in the sign of Leo. The seventh house is in the house of Leo. So they seek partners who are very powerful by nature, who bear the royal insignia, or people who work for the government. Okay, so they're definitely drawn to people who have a lot of self-esteem, somewhat even egotistical by nature. They can also seek people who are tall and have broad shoulders. Okay, and the last but not the least is the Pisces ascendant. And the Pisces ascendants are emotionally intelligent. They can be tender, they can be somewhat short, but heavy. They're very well learned and educated and can be very fond of their spouse. They're religious by nature, they're rational, and a lot of people can come to them to seek advice in such matters as spirituality, because they tend to naturally exude a feeling of otherworldliness. Okay, so they can also be seen to have very caring eyes and also become very sensitive to the issue of others, and think of it as their own problem. That is something that they need to come out of. Okay, and the sixth house for the Pisces ascendant is in the sign of Leo. And the Pisces ascendants can have diseases indicated by Leo in the Kalapurusha chart, which is issues with their stomach region or their large or small intestines. They can also have issues in their spine or lower back region of the body. They may also face disputes with the government, and if there's a benefic planet in the Leo sign, they may have a cordial relationship with the government in a very positive way. Okay, and they're drawn to individuals who are intelligent, calculative, clever, and cunning by nature, as that kind of complements their own nature. They like a clever spouse, and they like people who are good at problem solving and who are critical perfectionists. Okay, and that marks the end of the Ascendant in Different Signs video. I'll see you again with another video. Take care and have a good day.